you can add ID verification directly to your Shopify checkout flow by using RealID's app blocks. I'm going to show you how to get started and add this app block to your checkout without any code changes, and a little bit about how it works. So here we have our Shopify store. I'm going to search for the RealID app and open it. Now within the app, we can head on over to the settings area, and here's where we can enable automatic ID verification. Now you can see that there's a Shopify checkout extension area, and this is where you can enable specific app blocks, such as during checkout. So we'll select this to require ID verification while the customer is checking out, and we can click Save up here in the top right-hand corner to apply this change. Now the app is ready. Let's go over to our theme and actually add the app block. So we'll go on over to the online store sales channel, and we'll open the themes area and click Customize next to the current active theme. Now that we have the theme editor open, we can open the checkout page specifically. And here you can see the sections on the left that collect information from the customer during checkout. And at the bottom, we can see that there's a section called Add App Block, and we'll click on this to reveal the available app blocks to us. And here's the ID verification app block. Clicking on it will add it to our checkout, and you can see it automatically registered the ID verification prompt within the checkout. And don't forget, you'll need to leave this active, this allow app to block checkout. Without this active, then the app will not be allowed to prevent the customer unverified customers from continuing to check out. Now that we have that set up, we can click back here, and we can even adjust the placement. So if you don't want the ID verification prompt at the very top of the page, we can then move it down below to the right before they click continue shopping. And you can verify that you're blocking checkout by clicking continue shopping, and it will block you with this specific error message. Great. Now we have it set up, we can click Save. Let's go over to our store and do a sample checkout. So we'll click Online Store, and we'll check out one of these snowboards. The old way of RealID working was by registering script tags on your online store at this point in time. It used to override the Buy It Now button, which caused issues with other apps that interacted with the cart page or the product pages. Now we don't have to worry about those conflicts because it's moved to the checkout page. So we can click Buy It Now, and even though we're in this sandboxed checkout flow, we could still have the ID verification prompt within this checkout and still block customers from continuing without verifying their ID. So how does this work? Well, customers will click on this button, and they'll open a new tab with their ID verification prompt. And here we can click Start Verification, and we'll just fill out the example here. So we'll say support@getverdict.com. Great. I'm not going to go through the full flow and verify my own ID, but I'm going to simulate manually approving a customer's ID in case they have issues, or maybe perhaps they don't have their ID on them or are using an unsupported ID. By capturing the customer's information, that first step, we can now find them within the RealID app and manually approve them. So I can see down here in the app that I have my ID check. It's been opened. I've not submitted any IDs yet, but I could still manually approve the check by using this action on the right-hand side. Great. So now I'm going to manually approve the check. And if I head on over back to my check here, I can see that I've been verified. And as well as in the checkout page, you can see that we've been verified here. And in addition to the introduction text, the text when you're verified or when your ID is in review or if you fail, all this text is customizable within the app as well. So then we can continue through the shipping portion and finish our order here. And don't forget our contact details. Continue through shopping. This is a bogus store, so we just use bogus gateway for test stores on Shopify. Pay now. So under the hood, what's happening at this point is RealID is receiving the order from Shopify, and we're associating the order with the customer that just completed the ID check. At that point, then we can start to register tags as well as metafields on both the customer and the order. So if we head on over to Shopify, we should see that the ID check tag has been added. It's been manually approved. And if we open up the customer details, we should also be able to see that we've been manually tagged. Great. So just remember, during the checkout phase, the customer and the order do not exist yet. Real ID uses metafields as well as storing the checkout token to associate the order and the customer after they've completed checkout. So if you need to look up an ID check while the customer is still checking out, use their email address or name that they provided in the first step. Great. So now we have a verified order. We're all set. You can even display this verification status as a metafield. So under the settings of your store, click the custom data section, and you can head on over to the orders section, and you can see that there's metafields provided by Real ID. One in particular that might be useful is displaying if they're verified or not. The other might be displaying the current step. Again, the tags give you the same information, but metafields will also display this on the order and the check. If you want to customize the look and feel of the ID check as well as the various states that they can be in, verified, in review, or in progress, the introduction content, search for the app, open up the settings, and go to the appearance area. And here is where you can add your details. So for example, like I said, the order ID isn't available yet. So you might want to change this to, in order to complete checkout, you'll need to verify your ID. It's always helpful to stipulate why you require ID verification. Maybe it's for chargeback fraud, maybe it's for KYC compliance or age verification. So we definitely recommend adding this. The customer doesn't exist yet at this point, so again, those short codes do not apply, but you can use them in the review, verified, and failed. The customer details will be that contact, that first step that you saw. So you can modify any one of these details, and don't forget to click save when you're happy with them, as well as change the branding in the button. So we can change the primary color background of the ID check after it's been opened. You can also change the button color. These same settings apply to the emails. So if you decide to send the customer a reminder email through the app, then it will continue to use your branding and content settings set here. I hope this was helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions by emailing us at support@getverdict.com. Thanks.